Alexa, play Here I Go by Cash Doll. What's up, Kings? Welcome back to a long overdue episode of King's Closet. No, but deadass, like, Alexa, play Here I Go by Cash Doll.
Here I Go by Cash Doll from Apple Music.
Alexa, pause. You know, I've been going for a minute. Now I'm back with the jump off. Like, it's been 3 months since I put out my last video. And, you know, a lot of people been like, oh, you know, when you coming back to YouTube? When you doing this? When you doing that? Girl, when I feel like it. Life hit me harder than a sack of nickels. And I had to remove myself from the situation. Honestly and truly, like, life came at me crazy. And I didn't expect it. I wasn't ready for it. It caught me, you know, from left field. I'm like, wait, what? You said she gonna do what? From who? Like, it was a lot. It was a lot going on, you know, for me, physically, mentally. Like, it was just a lot. Like, I felt like I was overwhelmed with YouTube, honestly and truly. Like, I felt like I had to gain a following, so I had to be consistent with my content. So I felt like I gotta bust these videos out every week and stuff like that, so the girls could, you know who I am, so I could be relevant and, you know, get myself out there and stuff. But it's just like, after a while, it was just exhausting. It was draining, and it was to the point where I really didn't want to do it no more. So that's why I stopped. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm just gonna give it a little time. I'll do every 2 weeks or whatever. Then it turned into 3 weeks, and then it turned into nothing at all. So it's like, you know, I had to give myself a break from, you know, everything else that was going on outside of YouTube. Like, my personal life, I was having issues at my supervisor and my job. Like, I'm not going to go into it too much, but like, that situation affected me negatively in so many different ways. Like, one, in my whole career of having a job, period, I never had to deal with anything like that before. So I really didn't know how to handle it. So pretty much I took a leave of absence from work, and, you know, I went to see my primary physician, and I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety. So, you know, me being me, like, I'm like, okay, you know, people around me, they experience these things as well, but, you know, it doesn't affect you. For me, like, stuff don't affect me until it affects me. So it's like, oh, okay, you know, I sympathize, and I empathize with what you're going through, but I don't know that emotion. So it's like, you know, I'm here for you, but I can't really relate. You get me? But then it's like, well, shit.
Well, shit.
When the stuff started happening to me, I'm like, okay, so this is what you was talking about. This is what it was hitting for. So it's like, wow, this is the real thing. That's crazy. So, you know, I started therapy. I have a therapist now. I meet with her bi-weekly. She's amazing. Like, she gets me together when she needs to. Most of the time, you know, she's just here to listen and, you know, give me different tips to cope with different situations and stuff like that. So, you know, it is what it is. Like, I feel like therapy is beneficial. It's top 3, and it ain't even 3. Like, I would recommend therapy to anybody. Like, either you're going through something good or bad, like, just having somebody to talk to outside of your norm would be beneficial for anybody, honestly and truly. It was too much. Like, I would wake up every day and hate having to go to this job because of X, Y, and Z, and have to interact with this person. So it's like, you know I shouldn't let nobody make me feel this way or get, you know, or let anybody get me to that point. But I don't know. It was weird. The doctors, they suggested they wanted you to take antidepressants and stuff like that. You know, me not knowing any better, I'm like, okay, if they say antidepressants will help you feel better, I'm like, all right, let me see what it's hitting for. Like, let me see what it's going to do. Let's see if it do what it do. So, you know, I think they prescribed me Lexapro. Yeah, they prescribed me Lexapro and stuff like that. But, you know, with any medication, it comes with side effects and stuff like that. So, like, ever since I was taking it, I wasn't sleeping through the night. Like, I would sleep for 2 hours. I would wake up every 2 hours every night. And I'm like, am I anxious? Like, am I, you know, nervous about going back to work? Like, this was right before I was supposed to go back to work. Like, the night before, I couldn't sleep. So I would wake up every 2 hours faithfully, just sitting up there looking stupid. I would fall back to sleep, but I would get up. I could never sleep through the night. And then, you know, it was a few other side effects that, you know, had kicked in as well that are kind of embarrassing for a guy.
But I see now this man ain't got no bullets in the chamber.
What's all that? What's that supposed to mean?
You heard me. You're shooting blanks. Cooking with a wet noodle.
So, you know, I had to, you know, reach out to the doctor and like, sis, this ain't for me. Like, you can miss me with the drugs. Like, I could deal with this on my own. So, you know, sometimes I have good days, I have bad days. Sometimes I don't want to get out of bed. Other days, you know, I can be, you know, the baddest puta that I always am, like, you know. But it comes and it goes. It comes and goes, honestly and truly. So I can wake up one day and I can be fine. Then one thing set me off and it's like down here. Leave me alone, back up off me and let me go back in my bed where I belong. So, I don't know. Life is crazy. Like, who would have thought that life would have been this way? Like it seems like we're all going through something. You know, COVID-19 is still doing everybody dirty. You can't really do what you want to do. Well, in Jersey, stuff is open, but it's not open. Like, Atlanta, girl, the club's been open like for a good 3 months now, child. So, it's still like, there are still plenty of restrictions, you know, as far as things that you can do and stuff like that. So, you know, that has been affecting a lot of people negatively. And, you know, it's not just me that's going through something, like, it's the people around me. So it's like, it also comes to a point where you don't want to be a burden on other people. So you feel as though that you have to internalize all these feelings and keep all this stuff to yourself when it's not healthy either way, like to be a burden to other people and to keep it inside. So why not?
Why not?
So seek, you know, somebody else that can listen to what you say, like a third party that can, you know, pretty much just give you advice on how you should cope with things and stuff like that. So that's why I would recommend therapy to like any and everybody, honestly and truly. Like, it was a point in time when I first started going to therapy and stuff like that, where people thought like it was just like, it was like a ploy. Like, it was like as if my feelings weren't valid. Like, you know, I hated my job, and it's like they thought like it was just like something for me to get out of work for a certain period of time because of COVID-19 or whatever. No, like for me, this was real life stuff. Like, it was really happening to me. Like, it really affected me negatively. Like, I haven't cried so many times in my life like that. Like, I'm not an emotional person. That's one thing you should know about me. I'm not emotional at all. So for me, like, I'll just be crying for no reason. Like, the sun shining.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, I don't know. Like, I've become very emotional. And the people around me, you know, they have, my sister and my partner, they have normalized crying for me. Like, pretty much, you know, when people think of people crying and stuff, they see that as a sign of weakness. But, I mean, people cry for many different reasons. They cry when they're happy. They cry when they're sad. They cry when they're frustrated. Like, you just got to get it out, boo. The two best things that happened to me in 2020 was me going to therapy and me getting my own apartment. Yeah, like, through all the bull, like, me getting this apartment was a win for me. Like, I felt like I needed this win because everything else was just going so wrong. I needed something to go right for me. And me getting my own space, honestly, that was it. That's what I needed, like, the little boost to, you know, get me back where I needed to be, I guess. I'm going to try to be a lot more consistent with YouTube and stuff like that. Pretty much, consistency is key in anything if you want to be successful. So, I'm going to try. I'm not making any promises now. Not making any promises. But I'm going to try to be consistent, you know, with the YouTube and and everything else, honestly and truly. Like, don't expect to get no video like every week how y'all was before, because I think y'all got a little greedy. But, you know, I'll post a video every now and then when I feel like it, because if I want to, I will.
Bitch, if I want to, I will. Bitch, I want to, I will. If I want to, I will. If I want to, I will, bitch. Hey.
You know, that's pretty much where I've been for the past 3 months, trying to get my life back together. Trying to get my life back together, child. That's where I've been, honestly and truly. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm kind of considering doing like a little apartment tour to give you guys, you know, a piece of, you know, how I'm living and stuff like that. So, we'll probably do that like on another video when I feel like it, child. You know, I appreciate y'all for rocking with me throughout my little hiatus. So that concludes this episode of King's Closet. If you like this video, give it a big fat thumbs up. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notification post so you keep with King and King's Closet. You know, I know it's been a long 3 months, but we back and we rocking. So, I am King, and thank you for stopping by King's Closet.